Book 1. Canto 9. Rishyasring. The seeming fruits, in taste and look, the unsuspecting hermit took, for, strange to him, their form beguiled the dweller in the lonely wild. Then round his neck fair arms were flung, and there the laughing damsels clung, and pressing nearer and more near with sweet lips whispered at his ear, while rounded limb and swelling breast the youthful hermit softly pressed. The pleasing charm of that strange bowl, the touch of a tender limb, over his yielding spirit stole and sweetly vanquished him. But vows, they said, must now be paid. They bade the boy farewell, and, of the aged saint afraid, prepared to leave the dell. With ready guile they told him where their hermit dwelling lay, then, lest the sire should find them there, sped by wild paths away. They fled and left him there alone by longing love possessed, and with a heart no more his own he roamed about distressed. The aged saint came home, to find the hermit boy distraught, revolving in his troubled mind one solitary thought. "Why dost thou not, my son," he cried, "thy due obeisance pay? Why do I see thee in the tide of whelming thought today? A devotee should never wear a mien so sad and strange. Come, quickly, dearest child, declare the reason of the change." And Rishyasring, when questioned thus, made answer in this wise: "O sire, there came to visit us some men with lovely eyes. About my neck soft arms they wound and kept me tightly held to tender breasts so soft and round, that strangely heaved and swelled. They sing more sweetly as they dance than e'er I heard till now, and play with many a sidelong glance and arching of the brow. My son," said he, "thus giants roam where holy hermits are, and wander round their peaceful home their rites austere to mar. I charge thee, thou must never lay thy trust in them, dear boy, they seek thee only to betray, and woo but to destroy." Thus having warned him of his foes that night at home he spent. And when the morrow's sun arose forth to the forest went. But Rishyasring with eager pace sped forth and hurried to the place where he those visitants had seen of dainty waist and charming mien. When from afar they saw the son of Saint Vibhandak toward them run, to meet the hermit boy they hied, and hailed him with a smile, and cried, "O come, we pray, dear Lord, behold our lovely home of which we told due honor there to thee will pay, and speed thee on thy homeward way." Pleased with the gracious words they said he followed where the damsels led. As with his guides his steps he bent, that Brahman high of worth, a flood of rain from heaven was sent that gladdened all the earth. Vibhandak took his homeward road, and wearied by the heavy load of roots and woodland fruit he bore entered at last his cottage door. Fain for his son he looked around, but desolate the cell he found. He stayed not then to bathe his feet, though fainting with the toil and heat, but hurried forth and roamed about calling the boy with cry and shout. He searched the wood, but all in vain, nor tidings of his son could gain. One day beyond the forests bound the wandering saint a village found, and asked the swains and neat herds there who owned the land so rich and fair, with all the hamlets of the plain, and herds of kine and fields of grain. They listened to the hermit's words, and all the guardians of the herds, with suppliant hands together pressed, this answer to the saint addressed: "The Anga's lord who bears the name of Lomapad, renowned by fame, bestowed these hamlets with their kine and all their riches, as a sign of grace, on Rishyasring, and he Vibhandak's son is said to be." The hermit with exulting breast the mighty will of fate confessed, by meditations I discerned, and cheerful to his home returned. A stately ship, at early morn, the hermit's son away had borne. Loud roared the clouds, as on he sped, the sky grew blacker overhead, till, as he reached the royal town, a mighty flood of rain came down. By the great rain the monarch's mind the coming of his guest divined. To meet the honored youth he went, and low to earth his head he bent. With his own priest to lead the train, he gave the gift high guests obtain. And sought, with all who dwelt within the city walls, his grace to win. He fed him with the daintiest fare, he served him with unceasing care, and ministered with anxious eyes lest anger in his breast should rise. And gave to be the Brahman's bride his own fair daughter, lotus-eyed. Thus loved and honored by the king, the glorious Brahman Rishyasring passed in that royal town his life with Santa his beloved wife.